Hi there, Internet people. It's Chris Kutzer, founder of Cary Spotlight, and we are 32 days away from the anniversary edition of Cary Spotlight, and we are now going over week 21 to see what ideas that we can gather from that week of publication that we can carry forward into the new year. So let's see what we did. All right, this is issue 141. Oof, multi-car crash horror, Seinfeld, Duke, Hurricanes, Beer Stick debut, and Davis Drive. Actually, a four-part um, subject line, so that's new headlines offer. We also have first time having a social offer in here from a local store owner in the area, so business in the area. Um, and we've got a couple. We have our staple crime police crime data that we have, and we're actually again reaching out to our readers. This time, looking for a roofer and exterior home remodeling company that we can do a spotlight on. So we're letting our readers know. Again, this is something that we possibly could bring back because it's a great way to talk to people and they can recommend companies that they actually trust. So that's something worth looking at. High-speed chase with multi-cockters, that's pretty bad. So it's a crime story. We got Jerry Seinfeld doing some humor. And we got this interesting beer stick that people can have a look at. And then we have our middle school doing well in the Science Bowl. So that's like a local pride story. So we definitely want to do that. And we add a poll question here about the beer stick. Now, interestingly, I would have moved the beer stick poll closer to the actual story. But, those were early days. So we're still learning. And then we have our gift card sale that's going on here that we amplified for the local merchant. And here you see our new style of local events where we give the full rundown of the week, Tuesday through Sunday. We've now included Monday because the actual reader complained. It's like, hey, I want to know what happened next Monday. So I'll let you know when we get to that spot where we actually do that. But yes, we got rid of the 3-day, 2-day rolling, and we're giving the people a clear view of the whole week coming up. And here we're going with our health and wellness edition. So we are continuing our series on weight loss. So the video, we're talking about sleep because again, we're exploring that, especially with daylight saving coming up, how that will affect people. And we have a video on traditional medicine and giving people some introduction to a local business in Cary that does that. She's also here in the sponsored section. Cinema therapy is still something that's pretty strong and giving people some insights into different mental health aspects. And here we actually include the video and the whole 9 yards for this gift card. So that's interesting. And yes, so now we have the longer look at the upcoming local events, and then a reader kind of engagement like a poll here. So, and here, okay, so the social offer is ongoing. Now we're looking at AirDoc HVAC company, so we're getting reader recommendations. And crime story, another crime story, talking about turning off the red light cameras. So that's something that people want to know about the daily commute. And then here's real talk. This is interesting. An actual reader reached out to us and had a question about a local policy that's affecting their ability to use a tennis court. So we put that out there to see how anybody else feels about it. Um, and that was interesting in and of itself. It led to something else, which I will point out when we get there. And here we go. We found more streaming events. So we included it here for different schools. Now we're up to 9 events. People can go and check out the high school events, and we have I think we kind of went back to the rolling 2 days because of the long list of events. And that's interesting. And then here we go, looking at 1, 2, 3 main stories and then the sports story. We cut down on the sports story, make it more like a one sports story. And we are focusing on teacher recruitment crisis. That's education. This is a local merchant that's opening up a Japanese language immersion club. It's actually a brewing company that's doing that. And we've done a local spotlight for them previously. So we basically put them in here to kind of highlight this new activity that people can participate in. And we actually also did a reader poll to find out what people thought about this idea. That repeats, that's a short sports story, and then we have like the extended local events, upcoming local events. So that's good. What we got here? Right. So we're looking for, again, they're working on that teacher crisis. Let me see. Is this a double? I think I've shown this one already. So here we go. We're talking about a local marathon. We're talking about a little bit of U.S. Irish Unite for Sustainable Future. So there's a lot of agriculture in our local area. So we also kind of put that kind of in there. And it's also, it's March. So we're coming up on St. Patrick's Day. So there's a lot of Irish themed stories in this particular issue. So we're talking about the marathon and our link to Ireland via agriculture, and then some kind of a folklore from Ireland that we explore. And this is an actual Cary Academy is a private school in Cary, North Carolina, and so this is kind of a high school sports story. So that's a new angle, and as you can see, we've increased our number of high schools that we include here, as well as their mascots, so that people can let us know who do they support, who do they love. So that's interesting. And then we get to our travel and discovery edition. So again, we're following a pretty standard format where people can go. Some things that are happening nature-wise in North Carolina. That we have a spring break, which is a travel through our main airport, RDU, and we anticipate a lot of travel, so people be aware of that. Since it's Irish, we focused on Dorothy's, which is an Irish pub and restaurant, so we gave them a spotlight. We also hit our cruise story and video, and then also a tasty recipe. So it's pretty much a full edition here with different stories, different angles, yummy food, and reader feedback. We gave them the Alaska cruise secrets, and oh wow, I think we might bring back this one. This looks very good. Crab and shrimp stuffed salmon. Give people a chance to try that again. And then, there we go. The end of the week. End of our editorial calendar week is on a Monday, when we anchor that with our real estate edition. So we cover the obviously what was sold. We're opening up some spots for realtors so we can do their spotlight, and we've now included breaking down how many homes are sold by in these different postal codes that cover Cary. So we do that, and we also have a real estate realtor spotlight. So we did that as well. So there's a lot of meat on this bone. We also have house hacks. This is letting people know about a landmark decision that could be affecting how homes are bought and sold. So that is the week. That was the week in Cary Spotlight, week 21. Look forward to tomorrow for our next edition.